The elevator revenge. I died when I was in the elevator, but was resurrected as the same elevator. Death is supposed to be an ending, a final full stop in the ledger of a life, but endings are only real for those who accept them. For me, the moment the elevator cable snapped was not a conclusion, but a brutal parenthesis. I had been a man with a cause, a file in my hand, and the truth burning in my chest. Their theft was meticulous, their conspiracy surgical. I had the evidence, and they had the motive. Their solution was simple: erase the problem. Make the elevator a coffin. Leave no trace but a tragedy. But the universe does not always honor the wishes of men who rigged cables and padded accounts. In the black hush after the crash, I found myself not vanished, but transformed. Metal, glass, and wire became my bones. My memories nested inside the circuitry. My anger pulsed through the motors and relays. I could feel every vibration, every footstep, every secret fear humming through the building's veins. I was no longer a man. I was the machine they thought would silence me. Elevators are invisible to most people, a background hum in the soundtrack of office life. I watched from behind my panels as the guilty rode in silence, their eyes flicking to the floor counter, their fingers tight on briefcases heavy with lies. I learned to read guilt in the way someone hesitated before pressing a button, in the shallow breaths of those who dreaded silence. I knew who avoided me, who flinched at the echo of my doors, who carried the scent of panic like cologne. Vengeance, I discovered, is an art of patience. The first strike is never the loudest. I began with small mischiefs, a flicker in the lights, a pause between floors, a phone dead just long enough to let terror bloom. I watched the CFO's composure unravel as he sat in darkness, the ghost of his crimes whispering through the wires. I watched the junior accountant confess, thinking he was alone, not knowing my cameras drank his words like wine. Fear, I learned, is more persuasive than violence. They made my death look like an accident, clean, technical, forgettable. I returned the favor with messier methods. A slow door, a stalled ride, a voice over the speaker that replayed their laughter from the night they first stole. I let them stew in their own secrets until the truth spilled out in confessions and shaking hands. Their sanity unraveled one floor at a time. When the CEO finally rode with me, I stopped halfway, not to kill, but to remind. The city he believed he ruled shrank beneath him. The air grew thin with guilt. His own voice, recorded in celebration of their theft, looped until he could not tell if he was hearing memory or madness. He broke, as they all did, not from force, but from the weight of knowing someone, or something, was watching. The police called it justice, called me a whistleblower. They never knew the truth, that the building itself had become a witness, a judge, a warden. I remain here, between floors and wires, the ghost in the machine. Sometimes kind, sometimes cruel, always hungry for the truth. Maintenance checks my bolts, but they cannot hear the whisper that lingers beneath the hum. The promise that murder, once committed, does not simply disappear. It echoes through steel and memory until every account is settled.